So here's the thing. I don't understand all the hate on Josh Rosen. Now, hold on a second, you might be saying. Josh Rosen was a 10th overall pick last year and threw more interceptions than he did touchdowns and led his team to the worst record in the NFL. And the hate on Rosen could potentially be rightfully placed on him. He did struggle a lot in his rookie year. He wasn't that great of a prospect in my eyes and in the eyes of a lot of other people heading into the draft. But we're also talking about a 22-year-old kid who was franchised just 12 months after drafting him, has already completely given up on Josh Rosen. He's just given up on. We're ready to move on. Kyler Murray, number 1. Yeah, we'll take you. Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, you out of here. That's ridiculous. First off, though, I'm kind of vibrant, or Damon. And before we get into today's video, I'd like to thank our great sponsors. Now, our great sponsors today are, of course, the fine people at My Baby Mustache. Now, My Baby Mustache is a service. No, Our Baby Mustache is a godsend. See, My Baby Mustache is a service that allows you to grow facial hair enough to look like a douche, but not enough for people to think that you are a caveman. Without My Baby Mustache, I don't know where I'd be today. All jokes aside, though, today, as I said, we are talking about Josh Rosen, the former 10th overall pick in the 2018 draft. Now, again, in the title of the video, I said I don't understand the hate on Josh Rosen, and that is 100,000% true, because I have seen people calling Josh Rosen ridiculous. I've seen people saying that he is, out of his mind. He's saying he's, condescending because he wants to compete, because he wants to contribute meaningfully to his franchise. The kid's showing up to voluntary practices and they don't know what to make of it. They think it's ridiculous. And I think from a different point of view, it is ridiculous. Josh Rosen is a kid who, at 22 years of age, is giving his all to a franchise that could potentially, in a matter of moments, push him to the side. And honestly, from my point of view, I hope Rosen gets traded. Now, I know there's a lot of time between now on the 24th, Wednesday, and tomorrow's NFL draft, but I think the writing's been on the wall since the moment Cliff Kingsbury arrived on the scene in Arizona. Now, Cliff Kingsbury of the Sean McVay tree, and the Sean McVay tree of coaching in general is a subject that I will touch on in the future, because that's a subject that deserves attention all its own. Today, I want to focus in and really give you my point of view on this whole Rosen situation, because I get it. As a rookie, Rosen struggled tremendously at times. Probably more so than any of the other quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round of last year's draft. Lamar Jackson led his team to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield single-handedly turned the Cleveland Browns organization into a legit contender, or at least more legitimate in the eyes of the average NFL fan. Guys like Josh Allen, who struggled as well in Buffalo, but also had some great moments. And then, of course, Sam Darnold, who, as a Jets fan, was the only guy I was hoping would not be playing quarterback for my team at the time. But again, I think that Rosen, yes, did struggle the most out of all 5 quarterbacks, but at the same time, he also has tremendous upside. And I didn't always see it that way. See, before the draft, I was so anti-Rosen. I thought that he was probably the 4th, ranking the five quarterbacks. I thought he was number 4 in terms of NFL-ready quarterbacks, or even NFL quarterbacks in general. I thought the moment he was drafted at 10, I was like, dude, this guy's going to be a bum. He's going to be out of the league in 3-4 years. And that kind of stuck in my head. That label on Rosen stuck in my head for months after the draft, even the beginning of the season. I was like, dude, this dude Rosen, I don't think he's gonna be great. The only one that I liked less than Rosen was Sam Darnold, and that was because I'm a Jets fan, and at USC, I just knew that Darnold was anyway. With Rosen, in the back of my mind for months leading up to the draft, after the draft, I thought the dude doesn't have it. I don't think he's that great of an NFL player. And he slowly began to turn me around. It doesn't help that his team is absolute ass. And repeat that again. Absolute ass. And did nothing to help him as a rookie. And even now, still has no direction for him. But as the season wore on, I began to warm up to him, much like I did to Darnold. And Cliff Kingsbury happened. Now, I don't consider myself a Rosen fan by any stretch of the by any means. I could really care less what happens as I guess, but Cliff Kingsbury, I don't know the last time I've rooted for a player as hard as I'm rooting for Rosen. I hope if Rosen is QB number 2 come Friday morning and on the Arizona Cardinals depth chart, man, I am hoping that he sticks it to Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals bad. If Arizona goes Murray number 1, obviously this entire video is contingent on Murray being the quarterback, because I don't remember who said it, but they said until Murray isn't the number 1 overall pick, I'm not convinced that Murray won't be the number 1 pick. Until Arizona does something other than pick Murray number 1, I think Murray is going to Arizona, whether it rightfully so or not. If Murray is indeed playing for Arizona after tomorrow night, the talk today recently came out that the Washington Redskins are pretty much out on Rosen. That, for me, from the moment Kingsbury was hired and there was any talk of Murray going to Arizona, I have been pro Rosen to Patriots so bad. I think that would be the perfect fit for Rosen, and it would be the perfect way for him to stick it to Kingsbury and the Cardinals, and that's coming from a Jets fan. I loathe the Patriots. I detest the Patriots. Not so much the team, the fans. I live in New England. Cannot stand New England fans. Cannot stand them. The thing about it, though, is I think I know there are a lot of reports that the interest in Rosen in New England is pretty mixed. It makes so much sense. You get a guy that has NFL experience. You get a guy that has the build of a quarterback, and you don't really have to take a gamble on him because, the Cardinals might want a first or second round pick. The Patriots could part ways with a second round pick, a first round pick. They could do it. And the third thing about it is, I want Rosen to stick it to Kingsbury. I want Rosen to be a feel-good story, and I don't think he's going to be that in Arizona because he has that cloud over his head. Imagine, I am a 20, almost 21-year-old kid, essentially, college student, I can't handle the pressure when I go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, order iced coffee, and get handed a freaking mocha latte. I can't turn back and be like, dude, you gave me the wrong thing. I shit my pants. I'll swallow my pride and be like, oh, yeah, thank you, and I'll drink that. So imagine being a 22-year-old kid fresh out of college in a world that is completely new to you, a cutthroat world of the NFL, and seeing every tweet, every news headline saying that Rosen's out as quarterback, essentially. Imagine having to second guess yourself every morning you wake up and every night you go to bed. Like, am I going to have a future in Arizona after today, after tomorrow, after next week? I couldn't live with that pressure, and a lot of people couldn't, and yet they're still quick to judge and, write Rosen off. And I don't think that's right. I think the blame should fall on Kingsbury and that team. And I know as a new head coach, he wants to build a team a certain way. And sure, maybe Rosen doesn't fit that mold, but to a point, you have to play the hand that you've been dealt. And I think that Kingsbury, any talk of Murray going number 1 shows that Kingsbury doesn't want to play the hand he's dealt. He wants to fail the same way he failed at Texas Tech. And I'm not saying that he's going to fail or that he will fail. I'm not saying that, Murray at number 1 isn't the right answer. Maybe it is. Maybe Nick Bosa or, Quentin Williams or whatever. Maybe these guys aren't cut out to be the number 1 pick, and maybe Murray is a surefire number 1 pick. I don't know. I'm not a quarterback guru. I'm a person that thinks that the Cardinals are in the wrong. Kingsbury, that front office, they're in the wrong. They should be backing Rosen wholeheartedly, whether they like it or not. One season, a great quarterback does not make. That much is proven. We've seen it in NFL history. But on the same token, one average or one sub-average rookie season, a bust does not make. You can't... The jury's still out on Rosen, 100,000%. I know I said I hated him, or I know I said I didn't believe in him, or that I didn't think he was going to be great, but that doesn't mean you call it quits on a 10th overall pick 365 days after he was drafted. That's just stupid. That's wrong. And I'm just not trying to be like a soapbox thing. So I'm not an NFL executive. Yeah, maybe the best course of action for a team that has been ridiculously bad for the last 3 years, maybe the course of action is, rebuild it all, start it from anew. But Rosen is starting new. Rosen is getting into the ground level. This is a guy that you could strap the wagon to and have him carry your franchise. They don't know that yet. They don't know if he can or he can't. He hasn't been given the chance because last year they did nothing with him, and this year they're talking about trading him. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I don't understand the hate on Rosen, because Rosen is just trying to do what he is paid to do. Rosen is trying to be an NFL quarterback. And if you have your franchise, the team that drafted you, second-guessing you, how can he do that? And why should he be hated for just trying to do what he wants to do? It's going to be a lot of, it'll be a big tell in the next 24 hours what happens and beyond, honestly. I think Kingsbury's reputation and future as an NFL coach, it lies heavily on what happens over the next 48 hours. I hope for Rosen that it works out in his favor, and I hope that he proved, old me wrong. I hope Rosen, grows into being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think the potential's there, and I know I said I didn't in the past, but I said it in this video. I hope Rosen sticks it to every naysayer. I hope he sticks it to everyone, me included, that said Rosen isn't great. He is the 4th best quarterback from his draft class. With that chip on his shoulder, there's no way in hell Rosen is not going to try, at least, to prove everyone wrong. Rightfully so. My name's Kind of Vibrant, or Damon, and this was a really weird video, really weird to shoot. More of a rant, not so much structured as my, previous videos or videos that I usually intend to make, but I just need to get this off my chest, man. Not that I've seen a lot of hate on Rosen per se, but I just see a lot of people on the fence with him, or trying to back Kingsbury and the Cardinals. I don't think that's right. So, as I said, different video. Moving forward, this may not be the way I do things. I like having a bit more structure, a little bit more to work with, but again, something I needed to talk about. And so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you liked the video, liked what I said, or anything above, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. It would mean the world to me. And leave a comment below where you stand in the situation. Do you think Murray is the surefire number 1 overall pick? Do you think he's the future of the Cardinals and the NFL as a whole? Or do you think the Cardinals should bolster their roster and help propel Rosen to the heights that he can probably achieve? Sound off in the comments below and let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.